Patrick with SeeMyBeach.com. I'm in Homestead, Florida today. This is the historic Homestead Town Hall Museum. Very interesting place, and we're going to have someone show you around. Her name is Ruth Campbell. She's been here for quite a while, and she knows everything about the area. Let's go inside and meet Ruth. Hello there, Ruth. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
You having a good day so far?
I'm having a wonderful time.
Excellent. Well, Ruth, you know who we are, SeeMyBeach.com. We're excited to show our viewers about your wonderful museum here.
Thank you.
How long have you worked here at the museum?
After Andrew was when we opened.
Oh, okay.
So I've been here ever since then.
Ever since Andrew, okay. Well, very good. Tell our viewers a little bit about Homestead and why it's such a wonderful place to come visit.
We were a railroad town.
Uh-huh.
But, and also a homesteading place. I'll tell you about it when we get inside.
Okay, well, let's go inside.
But I really need for you to sign our book first.
Okay.
And there's so much that I can tell you about right here, but let's go in.
Okay, and I'll sign that book in just a second.
All right.
Okay.
Now this is my jewel right here.
The fire truck?
Yes, 1924 American LaFrance fire truck.
Okay.
This was, we incorporated in 1913, which makes us 100 years old.
Wow.
A rented space in the Campbell building while we planned and built this building, opening it in 1917 with 2 fire trucks, and under the stairs was the police station, and upstairs was all of our meeting rooms and everything like that to run the city.
Mm-hmm.
So actually we operated out of this building until we moved to US 1 in 1975.
Wow, a lot of history there.
Yes, yes. And look at the wonderful pictures we have. There's nothing like pictures
Wow.
to tell the story.
I know, it's so interesting.
This family left Ohio in 1924,
Uh-huh.
came to Homestead, and they're still farming here.
Really?
They're potato farmers, yes.
Wow. You know, a funny thing about the fire truck I want to say real quick is that this is where we first met. I first met Ruth a while back. I brought my dog Mako in here, and we took pictures with the fire truck, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That was so fun. But I love your old fire truck here, and I love the pictures. And tell me about the books and the videos and things like that right here.
Well, we're fortunate to have local people that did videos.
Okay.
So we have all kinds of videos,
Okay.
walking tours about Homestead and our rodeo, which we have a wonderful rodeo,
Uh-huh.
and other along that tells the story as we go along.
Tells the story
This
of Homestead.
directory is in Miami, a 1904. How do you like that?
Wow.
And part of my family's there.
Oh, cool. Very interesting. It's worth coming in here just to see the pictures. I love looking at these old pictures like this.
Oh, yes, it is.
Because
yes.
as our world gets so fast-paced, to me, that's where the places like you have much more value, because you start realizing how wonderful it is, but also used to be.
Our first hospital
Okay?
and our hospital today are great.
Quite a bit different, huh?
Oh my goodness, yes. We're so
Very.
proud of it.
I bet.
And across the street, you may have noticed that we have a nice park.
Yes. I actually did military day here. I covered the military event y'all had.
And the reason we have the park is that when Andrew visited us in 1992, he said, you need a park here.
Right.
So the city and the property owners got together and said, well, I guess we do need a park here. So that's why we have this nice park. We have built onto the theater. It's a miniature performing art center. And all we need to finish is a few $1,000s.
Really?
Inside, yeah.
Well, people watching this, there's a lot of people that's going to be watching this who's got plenty of thousands of dollars.
Oh,
and they
yes.
should give y'all some of it to do this.
They might, because
You never know. Especially when you get close like that, when you're almost to the point of being able to open.
Yes.
That's when people should start putting out the money.
Yeah, when they see that the end is in sight.
Exactly. And people love making a difference. Okay, what do you want to show me next?
Well, I think let's talk about the Baptist Church,
Okay.
which is now Art South.
Oh, okay.
But this podium was a part of the church, and were these chairs. But the church decided that they needed to be here.
Very good.
We just finished doing some moving around here because we had to do some cleaning. So I haven't really pulled these exhibits out. But this is an exhibit that introduces you to Art South and the big exhibit that they have now.
Gotcha. Art South's a really good organization over there.
Yes.
We'll be showing our viewers Art South in the near future.
These are some of our older pictures. Well, this is, you can see where we are now on the left-hand side.
Right. This is where we are.
Peak on the top, that's us now.
Okay.
And,
this is what it used to look like.
yes,
That's what it used to look like. And this is now.
yes.
Constant hustle, bustle of cars and busyness.
Yes. And this was one year when the city council decided that we just had so much parking, we needed to have parking meters.
Right?
And guess how long they lasted?
Not long, huh?
Less than a year.
Really?
So much complaint about it.
Well, every time they start this clever stuff like the red light cameras and all that stuff is just silly.
It is.
Silly ways to raise revenue and quit saying it's for safety.
Now, this was right straight across the street from us here.
Okay. Very neat.
And this magnificent, well, these schools are still here.
Okay.
But that one is just such an exceptional.
Where's that located? Is it close by here?
Yes, it's about 3 blocks from here.
Okay.
On the west
What
side.
is it now? I've seen that building.
It's still a school for exceptional children.
Nice. Okay. I've seen that. Very cool.
Uniforms are great.
Uh-huh.
And this family brought this exhibit in for us to enjoy.
Very nice. Are they still locals?
They lived here a while.
Okay. Very good.
This was from our upstairs when we were, the city council that was our side wall, so we know where we were and what we were doing.
Gotcha.
This is part of the Fuchs family, this piano. It has, doesn't play because it's been through too many storms, but it's such a magnificent piece.
It is. It's very interesting.
So I told them, I said, I can't have a piano here. And they said, oh, yes, you can. And it has a great exhibit space on top.
Exactly.
This is part of the Fuchs family history.
Okay.
And you know Robert's orchids, RF orchids.
Haven't been there, but I've heard of it.
Well, you must go sometime.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And they were bakers, and they were the Fuchs Baking Company, developers of wholesome bread.
Okay.
And it got so big from Homestead that we had to move to South Miami.
Wow.
But that's the Fuchs.
I have heard all about their stuff. We'll need to get in touch with them for sure.
Yes.
We did Robert Is Here. That's who I thought you were going to talk about. The fruit stand called Robert Is Here.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, people said we needed to go cover a fruit stand, and I was like, we don't really cover fruit stands. And it ain't a regular fruit stand, is it?
No, it isn't.
No,
it isn't.
we did.
That's an event.
Yes, exactly. And Robert did just what you're doing. He took us on an incredible tour of his property, and it was a lot of fun.
So let's go this way.
Okay.
Sometimes we collect things and put them together, but I want you to see what one man did.
Okay.
And I have people that have borrowed these for the information that he has. He dates the pictures, isn't that wonderful?
Amazing, yes.
Oh, yes. Has things sorted out. His family didn't want them, his 2 children, and I said, I want them.
Absolutely.
So
a lot of love went into that, huh?
We have them for everybody.
Good.
This was, early on, we had more boat traffic than car traffic.
Okay.
This was dug, as you can see, from the bay up to Chrome Avenue.
Right.
So we could have the big shipping between Key West and Miami. This was one of the major stops, picking up things and delivering. But it was quite an event when it was out on the point there.
I bet. It looks pretty interesting.
Yes, yes. And look how we looked when we came.
That is crazy.
Yes. It is.
It's hard to watch that old stuff.
Come on back here.
Okay. Okay.
This is Andrew. We always, this is how we talk, when we talk about things, we say this has happened before or after Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
So we were fortunate to save all these. Of course, we didn't see these papers for a long time.
Right.
But when we did see them, we saved them.
Mm-hmm. That's how y'all are known
meantime-
by so many people, is Andrew, instead of all the great stuff you should be known about.
Yes.
Everybody knows you for Andrew.
The city was building the racetrack before Andrew. And our first race, November 9th, 1995, that was our poster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our first race.
First race.
Yes.
Very good.
And behind you, we have 9/11. 2001. I like to say that to remind us when it was, because see, this is 2013.
Exactly.
And we were attacked that day. None of us knew what was happening. But
We
now
survived,
we're gonna
didn't
go- Yes, we survived. Let's go this way. Remember, we were a long ways from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to jail people. We have 4 jail cells.
Mhm.
So we had to have, when we arrested people, we had to put them in the jail. We also had to adjudicate them and keep them for a while before we decided whether we were going to keep them here or send them to Miami. So that didn't happen every day.
Okay, so this is one of the jail cells. Oh, I see it. I didn't even see that. That's very cool. It's the only way you want to see jail cells.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. English developed theaters. So fortunately, he came to Homestead early on and moved over. When I say moved over, he and his wife first lived on Flagler. They fell out, so he came over here. And he put the Seminole Theater. And then as he developed his theaters, this was in the southwest section. And that is where our college is now. And what is this?
I don't know, what is it?
Well, it's on 15th Street and Old Dixie Highway, and it's our outdoor theater.
Wow, I didn't even know that was here.
Yes, it's Winn-Dixie Shopping Center now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's why I didn't know it was here.
Now, this was a big event. When Aerojet came to Homestead and dug all these big holes, and look at that.
Wow.
And they were in a contest to develop the solid rocket fuel. They developed it. They had 3 very successful shootings, and they said, "We're ready for the prize." And they said, "Oh, we're sorry. We're not quite ready for that." So they closed down, and they moved up near the Cape. So that was their story, but we had them for a while.
Gotcha.
Did I tell you that these are old newspapers
Oh, wow.
that we use?
I love looking at the old real stuff.
Yes, we have some real old stuff.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Rick, I have something I'd like for you to see.
Okay.
Now, don't touch the dollhouse,
Okay.
because we have a family in there and they're having all kind of events.
That's pretty amazing.
Kids love to look at it.
I bet.
Now, we have things that you can touch on the sides and around, like the 7 Dwarfs over there and other Disney things
Right.
that
Cool.
they like to touch.
Okay.
And pull toys that we have that they can roll around.
Okay. That is a special little room.
Yes, it is. And our local newspaper has gone out of its way in publishing old pictures. And we got many of the old pictures out of these books I was telling you about there.
What's the name of the newspaper?
South Day News Leader.
South Day News Leader. Okay, gotcha. And what's in this room right here?
Stuff.
Just stuff?
Just stuff. This is where you sort things out.
I got you. This is the stuff room. Got
Yes.
it? Okay.
This tells about, we were a homestead area as as our country developed. States gave so much land that they wanted people to come to and offered it free. So we had our office in Miami, but you can see these are all local people.
Mm-hmm.
Here is, this is Chrome Avenue and Campbell Drive, which is 8th Street.
Mm-hmm.
This man brought his papers in and showed that where he got his 160 acres. And it is right here.
It's a very interesting looking deed there, huh?
The Homestead National Monument called me over a year ago, and they said, we have a traveling exhibit and would like to have you show it, be one of the first to show it. So I was thankful that they honored us. I'd never heard of it before. They're in Beatrice, Nebraska. This was the first homesteader, and this is on 100 of his acres. The last homesteader was in Alaska. But this tells the story how women couldn't vote, but they could file and be owners of land. The Indians, they made them citizens. This is the first time they made them citizens so that they could own property and wouldn't be pushed off. Because up to them, we would just push them out of the way and use their property.
No good.
Now, happy times here when Mr. Flagler went from being rich with oil land and Rockefeller. His wife was ill and they sent her to a doctor in Jacksonville. They thought that was south. Well, that was his first introduction to Florida. And she passed away, but he came on with his interest and just gave away, well, not gave away, but suspended his operation with Rockefeller and devoted all his time and all his money on the railroad. And as he came down, they said, come on down to here, come on to Miami. And then finally, they got him to come to Key West. From Key West, you could take a boat and get to Havana. He would tell you everything that you could do in Havana. And it was great times until what happens when this is what we get rearranged. So the 1935 hurricane devastated the railroad. It was just swept off the tracks. So with the state and the county, they said, well, we'll just have to build a road over the railroad tracks. So that's how we got our highway to Key West, which is a very nice one. Flagler had 3 wives, and I want you to take this with you.
Okay.
Because I want you to come see it. It's in Palm Beach. It's a day's drive from here. You just go up and visit it, and then come home. Okay. With very happy memories.
He's contributed a lot of positive things to the area. I know that for sure.
Yes,
so
yes.
Very good.
Yes. Now we have this wonderful Miccosukee tribe that are still out at the on the Tamiami Trail, about 15 miles. Buffalo tiger. That's these pictures were in 1963. That's Buffalo tiger. There he is.
Gotcha.
And he is 93 now.
Oh, okay.
And here he is with his airboat operation.
Gotcha.
But he learned English, and he was the one that really brought them into the society where they could develop and be an entity in the state.
Cool.
So we can contribute that to him.
Okay, very nice.
Jack Levy and his brother were photographers, and this was one of the parts. This has many parts to it, this camera.
Right.
But this was one of the things that they started out with. And It did take great pictures.
I've seen a collection of these cameras. If you're ever over in the Venice area,
Yeah.
Clyde Butcher, he's a photographer.
Oh, yes.
He has a ton of those kind of cameras that are still working that he's restored. Very interesting.
Does he have it at his place?
Yeah, he has a gallery. Actually, there's a tour on our website where Clyde shows us around his place. But it was pretty amazing. But he has a beautiful gallery there, and that's where he creates a lot of the stuff, the photographs he takes.
He is something.
Yes, he's one of the supporters of See My Beach.
Now, I know when you came in, you said, what are these bricks?
Right,
And
exactly.
I said, well, after the city moved, the building was used by various people for different things, but nothing worked out.
Right.
And so the city council said, wait a minute, let's restore the building. We'll have a museum downstairs and the Chamber of Commerce upstairs, and it'll be an anchor for our downtown area. And we needed some money, so we sold these bricks for $250 each.
Okay.
So they're all contributors
Okay.
to our place.
Very nice.
There are different things that you can use to promote. This was these two covers. This one was old sites in Homestead. And our Lily Lawrence Bowl Library, that building is used today for one of our city functions. And it is one of the nicest buildings we have in town. And we're very proud of it.
You have a lot of interesting buildings here, so that says a lot.
Yeah, we do.
You really do.
Yes.
That's what we like about showing Homestead, because people, they know it from Andrew, and they think it's just a place you pass through on your way somewhere else. But actually, Homestead's worth stopping in for a couple of days. It's a great place to visit.
If we can just, and I think we will really be a destination place when we get our theater open.
Gotcha. Your theater help a lot.
We have a lot of good restaurants, but people want to do something when I say they're coming this far.
Right.
From Miami, then they want to do something else besides just eat.
Exactly.
So they'll
make it more of a destination then, for sure.
Yes. But I like to tell you about how in the 1st of March every year, we have an Everglades Vintage Day. It's free. Bring the whole family. There's always something that they will have for you to take home to be memorable. This was this year's. So on these, it told you had to go to all these places and get a stamp and put on it, but you learned from this. So I asked them if you have any extra ones, give them to me, and I'll remind people to come next year.
Very nice.
Because time does fly.
It does.
Now, about October, we plan to have these ready for you to buy. And so finally, we got a book about the history of Homestead. And I love the title, From Railroad Boom to Sonic Boom. And that's the way it was.
That's it.
On the back, it says, experience the history of one resilient city, and that's what we've done. And this was our layout from Flagler when they put the train in.
Okay.
And it's including the sales tax. It's going to be $23.49.
Can't beat that.
No.
For a piece of history.
We had many pictures more than we wanted to put in, a lot more we wanted to put in, but you would price it out by doing that. So this is what we.
Well, you want to see them there, and then come in here and see the real pictures and all of the history here.
This will introduce you to everything that we have.
There you go. Excellent.
So I'm so glad you stopped by today.
Well, thank you. I always stop by. Anytime I'm around here, I stop by and say hi to you. So thank you for being part of SeeMyBeach.com. Is there anything else you want to show me before we go? Or
No, I'll think of that after you leave.
As soon as I walk out, you call me back, right?
Yes.
That's the way it works. Yes. No doubt. Well, Ruth, thank you so much for being part of this and what you do for for Homestead. It's just a great thing. You promote this city all the time, and you're one of the gems of the city without a question. And just so you know how our site works, a lot of people right here don't realize what happens is we have advertisers who fund our profit. That's where we make our money.
Yes.
And then we have sponsors who in the local community buy ads, and we take part of that money to do stuff like we're doing today. So it's very cool. So this video was paid for by two different people, and that is hold on a second, Hotel Redland and the Whistle Stop Restaurant. They're our sponsors for this event.
How nice.
And that's
they're just one block over from here.
They're just one block from you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and
yes.
the cool part thing is, I went to him and I said, we need to really start covering some more stuff in town here. But I said, we're not getting enough sponsors yet. People don't know what we do. And the owners over there said, well, you know what, Rick, we'll put in, they bought an extra package for nothing, just so we could go through this kind of stuff. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, that is.
That's the kind of people we need in a place like Homestead. And you have some of them here, and you're one of them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear, and I will talk to you later, okay?
Yes.
Have a wonderful day.
I have to go thank Mr. Bell.
You should. Mr. Bell, he's the one who came forward and said, here is the money to do this. So actually, he funded 4 different coverages. So we're doing a couple of parks, you, and something else, and he paid for it all out of his own money. So anyway, he said, we just got to do things to support our city. So thank you so much for everything, and I will talk to you later, okay, Ruth?
All right, and I'll look for you when you bring
Mako.
somebody with you.
My little baby girl, Mako.
Yes.
That's right. Mako, when we get out of the car, she pulls her leash to get to this spot every time.
Oh, good.
So I have to come see you first, and then we go see everything else.
Right.
And they're dog friendly here too, so.
Well, you have a nice day to visit Homestead.
Okay, thank you so much, Ruth, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Thank you to all these people who contributed to make things better.
Yes. I told you I would think of something right after you left.
Right.
It's so important.
Okay.
We talked about the Lily Lawrence Library building.
Right.
And then I have this, our archivists have this, in memoriam, Henry Flagler Morrison. This is what she wrote.
Okay.
And by Lily Lawrence spoke. And she has Isabel Crome. She has done all of her papers. Her husband was Bill Crome, that did for the railroad people, and they settled here. As soon as they got here, they were working for Flagler, but they homesteaded while they were here. So they developed much. He died young, but she carried on. And it's remarkable, the papers that she has saved, and it's an entire collection. It's a continuing thing, because as the family decides they think they're going to keep everything, but they don't know what to do with it. But an archivist tells you how to keep things, why to keep things, and how to keep things.
They can protect them much better than you can at your house, for sure.
Yes. So they're giving her more things now as we come. So she is expanding what she has.
Right.
And it's remarkable how one woman just carried on after her husband died, and he is still getting credit for what she does, but that she didn't care. She does all the correspondence with all these people around the world because they were agriculturists and were interested in where grew other places that how we could grow them. So anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, and good people don't always have to get all the credit like her.
Yeah, that's right.
They do it for a greater good and a bigger reason.
Yes.
We need more people like that, don't we?
So another time, we're going to have a big showing of just what she has done and what it's meaning to everybody right now.
Well, let me know and I'll come do some video of it. How about that?
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to try to get out of here before you call me back in again.
Yes.
Because you'll think of something else.
I will. Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye again.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you so much.